Number 6. People often get upset when they hear about huge forest fires. But there is something many people do not fully grasp about these natural disturbances. They are a crucial component of forest ecosystems. Because fire causes a range of effects, it can actually help plant life thrive. Plant regeneration is one major benefit of fire. While many kinds of trees drop their seeds when they ripen, jack pines do not. Instead, their seeds remain in sealed cones for years. The cones help protect the seeds during a fire. However, high heat causes the cones to open. The seeds fall onto the ground where much of the previous vegetation has been burned away. Having been cleared, the ground is a perfect location for new seedlings to grow. Fire creates an ideal situation for seedbeds by reducing competition for nutrients with other vegetation and removing undergrowth that may limit exposure to sunlight.
Number 7. We tend to view people in groups other than our own through a lens called a stereotype. In short, it means that we perceive people in other groups as having greater uniformity than members of our own group do. The stereotypical New Yorker, for instance, is considered by people from different regions to be aggressive, impolite, or cold. I am a New Yorker, and indeed I do know some who fit this stereotype. But I also know many well-mannered New Yorkers, many outgoing, friendly New Yorkers, and many warm, humanity-loving New Yorkers. We often lack familiarity with the members of other groups, so we tend to see them as being more similar.
Number 8. In the mid-20th century, companies drilling for natural gas started developing new ways of extracting it from shale and other underground rock. Being trapped in pores in the rock, such resources were previously inaccessible. The Barnett Shale Formation in Texas was a gas-rich area where these new methods could be put to use productively. But getting the gas out of the shale proved to be very difficult because the pores in the shale were too small to allow the gas to move into the well. Eventually, the drillers figured out that they could cause the shale to fracture by pumping highly pressurized water down the well. Then the gas would be released and could move easily through the cracks and up the well. This technique is called fracking, which is short for hydraulic fracking. Fracking brought about great changes in the natural gas industry and made it possible to access resources that had previously been out of reach.
Number 9. To many people, the future seems so far away. For this reason, a lot of strategic approaches to saving money involve making the future seem more imminent. When people feel more closely connected to their future selves, they are able to better understand the need to put money aside for later. Unfortunately, these methods tend to fail. Although people understand they will need money in the future, they are often confident that they will be earning more money at that point in their life. Chances are, however, that their financial future will differ little from their present situation. The days of the week and the seasons of the year are repeated again and again, and people's lives largely remain the same from cycle to cycle. Therefore, if they are not saving money now, they won't be saving money later, unless they make a serious effort to change. Because of this, some financial experts believe that focusing on the way time moves in cycles is a more effective way of motivating people to save for their future.
Number 10. Media of all kinds, from newspapers and magazines to television and movies, typically portray the poorer countries in the southern half of the world, known as the Global South, as exotic. For example, the first page of a recent magazine article on Malaysian Borneo features a photograph of a tattooed Iban man in a feathered headdress paddling a wooden boat down a river that winds through a rainforest. The article begins, "With dense jungle and wildlife found nowhere else, Malaysian Borneo is a destination whose natural allure is hard to match. Here you can climb mountains, explore tropical islands, and even visit remote tribes on an unforgettable adventure." This article describes the landscapes and people of Malaysian Borneo unlike those of the wealthier countries of the world, as being fixed in time. Although the article does mention that villagers there have running water, electricity, and even satellite television, the primary focus is on an unchanging way of life.